What would you like your legacy to be? You'd probably like to make a difference in people's lives, but what do you need to do to leave the kind of legacy that you want to leave behind? Today's reading is about Israel's great ancestors. They were everyday godly people who spent their entire lives doing the right thing by living in God's love through His Ten Commandments. They were authentic. They weren't prophets, kings, or queens, but they left the legacy of faith, hope, and love, God that lives on in their families and all who knew them. God has no favorites. He loves everyone equally and wants to be close to all His children and celebrate them with them as you do with your family, like in today's psalm that says, "Let them praise His name in festive dance. Let them sing praise to Him with timbrel and harp. For the Lord loves His people, and He adorns the lowly with victory. The Lord takes delight in His people." In today's gospel, Jesus teaches the disciples and us a lesson about being authentic so we can bear good fruit in the world. He gives us 3 examples involving the cursed fig tree and the greedy merchants at the temple in Jerusalem. When He and the disciples were on their way to Bethany, Jesus was hungry. Seeing the leaves of a fig tree, He went closer looking for figs. Although the Bible tells us that it wasn't time for the figs to be growing on the tree yet, He curses it and says, "May no one ever eat your fruit again." After arriving at the temple in Jerusalem, angered by the merchants selling their goods in the temple area, He overturned their tables and said, "Is it not written, 'My house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples'? But you have made it a den of thieves." Early the next morning, as they were walking, they saw the cursed fig tree was dead. Peter remembered and said to Him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree that you cursed has withered." Jesus said to them in reply, "Have faith in God. Amen, I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be lifted up and thrown into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes what he says will happen, it shall be done for him." When Jesus cursed the fig tree, it seemed like a cruel thing to do, since the fig tree was dead the next morning. I think the lesson was engraved in their minds forever. They would always remember that if they don't bear good fruit, then Jesus' legacy would die like the fig tree. Jesus' outrage with the greedy merchants taught them how passionate they should be about anyone blatantly disrespecting God's commands that also affects others nearby. And He taught them they would have His power only if they had His passion, a passion that comes from their unshakable faith in God the Father, in Jesus Himself, and also if they lived by the 2 greatest commandments, loving God with your whole heart, soul, and mind as you love your neighbor as yourself. What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind, and how will you do it? Whatever it is, living by the 2 greatest commandments would be a great start to discerning your legacy or making your legacy reality, as well as being authentic. God bless you, and be sure to take care of God's precious gift, you.